1 year ago, I backed a Kickstarter. Okay. I fell in love with this deck, the Seers Tarot, when I saw the images on that Kickstarter. I was like, oh my God. But then that deck also, that Kickstarter featured the Muse Tarot. And I said, I was getting a really great deal. I'm all about the deals. I'm Indian, I can't help it. Point is, so I backed the Muse Tarot as well, and I ended up getting both these decks. I have waited for them for nearly a year. And well, we have an extra Thursday in this particular month, so I decided, since I got these both decks in the mail just last week, and I've been playing with them ever since, and I can't stop. They're so amazing. So I decided I'm going to make not one, but 2 videos, because each deck deserves its own video. And we're going to see a flip through, a little bit of an, review, first week thoughts, and so on and so forth. So are you guys ready? All right. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Madhvi from TaroticallySpeaking.com, your tarot blogger, deck and book reviewer, and maker of these awesome videos on YouTube. I'm also a tarot card reader and mentor, and an author of this awesome book on tarot, which is available on Amazon, both paperback and Kindle, all over the world. Now, all of these links and more are in the description, so do check that out. And at the end of this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more such awesome tarot videos. So this video is going to be focused on this deck, the Seers Tarot deck. And this is the deck I originally fell in love with. So you have to understand, the images of this deck are simply marvelous. Simply just, it's love at first sight for me. And the Kickstarter was amazing. And this deck is created by Chris Ann. I will have her Instagram and I believe website link as well in the description of the video, so you can go check it out. And every step of the way, she kept in touch with us, those of us who had backed the Kickstarter, keeping us informed and so on and so forth. In fact, it was one of these things. There was a poll, and even we all got to decide how the box looks like. Isn't that cute? So yeah, this is the box. This deck comes packed in a box. It's a pretty thick box. See, this is cute, right? And I'll show you how this is the side of the box. See, the Kickstarter ones, we all have a number here. So this is mine. I think 58. And this is the back of the box, right? It says, "Welcome to the sunshine and shadow-laden path of the light seer, a world where light is shared through a spectrum of human experiences and where shadow gently guides us as a loving teacher and guide. Tune into your own illuminating messages while stepping into this cast of contemporary characters and non-traditional archetypes." And see, here you go. Here's her information. Chris Ann Donnelly. "I'm a brand catcher and a dream builder who believes in the power of poetry, in shaping our lives with intention and magic, and in the relentless pursuit of bliss." Wow. And of course, we'll look at the images in greater detail, so you'll see what I mean. I mean, all the images are so, they're powerful magic, right? This was one side, this is the other side. And see, this box opens like this. It's got the magnet and everything. And when it opens up inside, this is the inside flip cover. We have, this is in her handwriting. "And into the grey we follow like 1,000 flickering stars, and there in a sunlit hollow we lose and find what is ours. Dear light and shadow seer, may this deck help you to find what is yours." Right? And I think she's also signed her, over here. So this is the inside cover of the box. And then we have the sorry. This is the book. This book really check it out. It's like one thick book, right? And it's packed with a lot of information, which I will get into. And inside are nestled cards. Now, this is my by far the only complaint I kind of have, that it's not easy to, maybe I have fat fingers, I don't know, it's not easy to, retrieve the cards, and I have to do this to get the cards out, and it's messy. Sorry, it's a little messy. So my mom, in her infinite wisdom, suggested that I can maybe glue, a ribbon sort of thing here, and even a ribbon maybe to the last page or the end page or something, so I can pull the book out. Now, I haven't had time to do these craft-like things, but I'm considering that, or it's either that or I abandon this lovely box and put the cards in a bag. So it's either this or that. But yeah, but it is a pretty sturdy box, I will tell you this, right off the bat. It is a sturdy box. So should you choose to keep your cards in this box, do so. But I think and you'll need to glue this down and put the ribbon thing, and it might totally work. Okay, now let's look at the book. Again, the same aesthetic as the box, in terms of color. This book, I got this little sticker thing with it. And here we are. She's a little message for the Light Seer by Chrisanne. So she has an exercise where she says, start by choosing your light and shadow cards. And she tells you how to go about doing that. She talks about the upright cards, reverse cards. There's a lot of stuff in here that, you could read. And card spreads. And there are spreads too here. This is one spread, second, third, fourth, fifth. Lovely, isn't it? And I like how she's integrated these hand-drawn images into the text, the printed text. Makes it very personal, right? So here we go. Major Arcana. And in here, it's set up pretty simply. We have the card name, then some key concepts, Light Seer, Shadow Seer. So, the light side and the shadow side. You can even say the upright reverse, maybe, Then the overview, experience overview of this card. Statement. And the Fool's message, because it's about the Fool's card. So, the Fool card's a Fool's message. And then again, her handwriting, a poem, a thought, beautiful. Questions for the Seer, which can be really good journaling prompts, right? And then light from the community. So as she was making these cards, she put up the images on her Instagram, and people, talked about it, expressed their opinions about it. So the really interesting ones are added here, so we can also learn from that, right? And there's one more spread. Then the Magician, again the same stuff. Okay, no extra spread after that, and so on. and so forth for all the major arcana cards. Okay, so I'm skipping looking at each because I don't want to give you guys a kind of a preview there. And then we have the minor arcana, right? And so there's a little information about the element. Here we have again the little image, card name, light seer, shadow seer concepts, the experience overview, and the message from that card. And that's it. There's no extra stuff here. Oh, okay. Oh, there is questions for the seer and her thoughts. That is there. Good, good. Oh, there is one. Not for all though. Not every card has the stuff that came from the internet. Okay, that's fine. But I like that there are these journaling prompts, right? I like that because that's very useful. Especially I like to journal a lot with my cards. So I like having these prompts. There's always something that they make you think. And so that's it. And then we have a little write-up about Chrisanne. I guess you'll learn more about her here. And for more information, you can go to this website and so on and so forth. Acknowledgements. So I say it's a book well worth getting into. Okay, don't just push it away, put it aside. Get into this book. Spend some time with this book, with the cards, journaling, and so on. It'll be fun. It'll be worth it. Okay, so now let's get into the cards themselves, right? This is so exciting. So, you will find the images are very much contemporary, and they do seem inspired by both the Rider-Waite and the Thoth, and of course Chrisanne's own sort of take into the card. So it's brilliant. Again, check out the card back. Totally reversible, which is lovely. I always love cards that have that reversible card back. And yes, of course, each card is super thick. Okay. Let's see. This is my universal weight deck. Okay. And this is the light seers deck. See, side by side thickness comparison. Right? Clearly the light seers deck is way thicker, right? Because each card is pretty solid, pretty thick. And as you can see, it's got this green sort of edging, which totally matches my spread cloth. So, okay. All right, enough with the teasers. Let's get into it. Let's look at the cards, okay? I'm sure that's what you're here for. Yeah, one thing is that the cards have this, they do have a slight feel to it, but they do tend to be sticking to each other right out of the box. So you might want to play with them a little. I did put a little bit of talcum powder in there to get them to move easy. So just a suggestion. I love this magician because it's not your typical magician, right? You don't see the wand, sword, cup, and what else? Pentacle there. But if you see closely, there are the symbols for the four elements in there. The imagery is fully packed. You really have to dive in. And of course, the card names are in Chrisanne's handwriting. So some cards you find them on the bottom, some cards you might find them on the top. So that is another thing. There's no consistency, but occasionally, yes, occasionally you'll find them. But she's tried to be as consistent as she could, I suppose, because, maybe she didn't want certain image aspects to be, how do you say, obscured by the name of the card. I also love how the cards are borderless, right? I mean, it's just brilliant. Check out the High Priest. Magical. You gotta love it. Like, she's giving birth to the world, and there's like an ocean here, and the moon and the stars are like, like pearls around her that she's kind of wearing on her body. I mean, this is beautiful, isn't it? Check the Emperor. Dude. What I also like is in each card you'll see like there's like this flow of energy or something like that's going on in the image. Now, the Hierophant is called the Keeper of the Sacred. And as Hierophants go, this is one Hierophant that I am loving. Why? Because typically the Hierophant card gets a very bad rap because he's always associated with morality of the society and that sort of a thing. But here we get a very different Hierophant. Here we get this person is laughing. This person, he is joyous. He is happy. And I think ideally that is what I don't know, I wouldn't want to say religion or society, but I would say system, just a system. You can apply that to anything. I would say any system is supposed to inculcate wisdom, knowledge, and joy in it, whatever that its core purpose may be, but that's it should be, and it should be joy. And you see that here, that wisdom should bring joy. Wisdom does bring joy, but so many people have this very grim face, which they think conveys wisdom. And I'm like, dude. So I like this guy. I like this happy, laughing Hierophant. I love it. This is the Hierophant I can, totally get behind in a certain way. I love this interpretation of the Hierophant. It's very much in line with what I believe a system should bring to the world at large. The Lovers. Oh, this is so sexy, so playful. I love it. You see this little Cupid's bow and arrow there? Oh. Chariot. Strength. You gotta love how she's done that whole, woman and lioness kind of thing with the lamb. And you, of course, have the lemniscate there. Right there. Now this is another hermit card that I am just amazed by. This beautiful, really beautiful. It's interesting and brilliant how she's used the chips from the gambling, the casino thing, and the lady here is wearing dice, and then there's light energy and a little dark energy in this wheel of fortune. Brilliant, brilliant, just see the reflection is, see, up here she is all smiles. If you look closely, the reflection is a little sober, serious. Very, very nice. Hanged Man. Notice these runes. They're in many cards actually. I mean, there's this sacred geometry thing in the Fool. There's runes in the High Priestess as well. There's another sacred geometry type thing in this Hierophant. Look at these. Interesting. So clearly, you have to look at each and every image very, very carefully, very deeply. There's stuff in there that, at first glance you may not catch. But you have to spend time with each card and you'll see. It's lovely. Death. And then we have rebirth. It's a very interesting take, isn't it? It's like you stare in the face of this death and you will see the rebirth. Temperance. Interesting how he's, you could say he's holding or juggling the sun and the moon there. The angel wings in the back of that. You gotta love this devil though. He's so inviting, isn't he? He's like, come to me. This is a very, very interesting tower, right? It's like the tree is struck by lightning and you have butterflies, you have this little squirrel, I think. And yeah, those are his acorns, whatever he's been squirreling away. And literally, it's like the entire ecosystem of the tree is collapsing. Star. Now this is one exciting moon card. Out of all the moon cards out there that I like and don't like, this is one moon card that kinda, it's, now if I could draw, which clearly I can't, but if I could draw, I would probably draw something just like this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. And then the sun card, of course, right after that. Judge. 'Chat. 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 Brilliant, brilliant. It's just brilliant. I love the interpretation of each of these images, the way Chris Ann has done it. It's just brilliant. Whoa. This is not just some circle, this is a serpent eating its own tail. You see that? Serpent eating its own tail. And she's got these four I don't know, elements, I believe, on all the four corners. Like how the traditional world card is. The energy flowing in. Okay. Now, suit of wands. Interesting, no? This is a great interpretation of the Five of Wands. And six also. This is very different than your traditional Seven of Wands, but I like it. It's like, but she's really harnessing her willpower to handle these seven wands coming her way. It's very different take in terms of imagery, but I like it. I like it a lot. Eight of Wands. And these wands are like your cracklers or something, as like in Diwali time we have those. They resemble that a lot. And Nine of Wands. This is again a lovely interpretation of the Ten of Wands. I like it. Page. Knight. Gotta love this. See the salamander here on the shirt, the lion there, and I believe there's a lion tattoo here. Interesting, no? The Ace of Swords. This is called the golden spiral, or this is the golden spiral. It's inspired by the Fibonacci sequence, I believe. I remember that. This is what happens when you watch Fringe now and then. Episodes of Fringe get you all geeky and nerdy. There's your Ace of Swords. Two of Swords. I like how, the sand is falling from her hands. It's like time is running out. And these crows are bothering her. This is a grim Three of Swords, if you want to ask me. You can really feel her pain there, can you? Ah. Now, this Four of Swords, I'm in love. Okay. Out of all the Four of Swords cards that are out there, this has been the most cutest, awesomest, most brilliant Four of Swords I've seen in any tarot deck thus far. Just putting it out there. But I love this Four of Swords. And this Five is brilliant too, of course. Notice the spilled blood on the snow there behind it. This is also interesting how the crows are kind of using their threads to pull the boat here in the Six of Swords. And here's your Seven of Swords by the moonlight. Again, this is a brilliant, brilliant interpretation of the Eight of Swords. That's right. Like here she is, and here she is in the looking glass, all bound up by her own, it's like inside a mirror self is all bound up by her fears. Huh? Gosh. Nine of Swords. Now you have to notice this is again, this particular crow is kind of like a drawing, right? And it's like, all this basically what they're trying to say. Again, you can see here if let me hold this up a little bit. If you can see a little faint sort of drawing of the bed's head. What do you call it, right? Ultimately, what they're trying to show here through this is that all this is imaginary. The fears, these crows, that these crows represent, it's all imaginary, but she is all, Nine of Swords about it. Again, a super awesome, brilliant representation of the Ten of Swords. I'm in love. Like most Ten of Swords will have, a person in, with 10 swords stuck in their back, Rider-Waite style, or really in a lot of hurt and pain. But this one is, yes, this happened. Look at that. The cuts are there. But she's healing and these are flying away. This is a Ten of Swords that is all about the healing that comes after that kind of hurt and pain. And, it's just, I love it. I just love it. Page of Swords, doing that whole thing on a sword here, no less. Knight. Queen. And King. Is that a bat? The Suit of Cups. Ace. I love this Two of Cups. I love how it's all the rainbow energies mixing and just powerful. Powerful, really powerful. Three of Cups. Again, I love this Four of Cups, right? It's like she's all, I'm bored or whatever. But and because she's looking away, she doesn't see all these beautiful rainbow colors coming out of this fourth cup that's being offered to her. But because she is disinterested and bored and whatever, she's losing out. This is so perfectly Four of Cups. This Five of Cups. This is interesting. It's like maybe she's kicking the stuff from the bowls, cups in this whirlpool or whatever, or hole, or Gosh, I love this Six of Cups actually. Happy memories of the past. The boy and his pup, and our man and his doggy. Seven of Cups. Nice. This is again a very powerful Eight of Cups. If you notice, right? These cups are all, all these already sank. And this one is a process of sinking, and this one is the only one remaining. It's the last cup, probably. So, she's literally, and then she's, I don't know about the normal Eight of Cups, you would have the eclipse imagery, but here she's going towards a sunrise. This is different, and I love it. I just love it. Totally love it. The Nine of Cups. And of course, your Ten of Cups. Rainbows, cups, beautiful, happy couple, family, all of that. The imaginative nature of the Page of Cups has been truly captured very well over here. The very romantic nature of the Knight of Cups has also been captured very well over here. And of course, you have your Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. For the first time in any deck, that I don't, I look at this King of Cups now, and the word alcoholic doesn't spring to my mind. That is saying something. That is saying something. I love this King of Cups. Finally, the Suit of Pentacles. The Ace. 2. It's a very interesting Three of Pentacles, you have to say. Now, this Four of Pentacles definitely tells a story. There's a lot in this image that you could totally unpack. And I'm going to spend some time with this card later in this week and really get into it, because I'm liking this feel of this Four of Pentacles. Haha, the 5. Here's the lock, here's the key, but she will not see it. Six of Pentacles. Again, I love this interpretation of the Eight of Pentacles. Just love it. And of course, your Ten of Pentacles. Again, happy family, Pentacles. You have your Tree of Life imagery here. Page. Knight. Queen. And King. So, this beautiful deck is the Light Seers tarot deck. And the thing is, right after the Kickstarter, Chrisanne was, I believe the deck was, how do you say it? Taken, bought, copyrighted, whatever. But ultimately, there's a big publishing company called Hay House Publishers that also puts out tarot decks, that publish tarot decks. So basically, what's going to happen now is that the people who backed the Kickstarter got this version of the deck. And of course, if you guys see this deck and fall in love with it just like I have, you'll have to wait a little bit. Okay. Maybe Chrisanne has a few extra decks, but there's a huge waiting line. Trust me. So I would say wait a little bit. Hay House is going to come up with a version of, it's the same images and maybe a little bit different book maybe, but the deck's going to be there. So you will get that deck. You can basically ultimately end up buying this, and maybe for even a little cheaper price. The economies of scale and being what they are. Ultimately, you will be able to buy this deck eventually from Hay House Publishers. So just be patient and you'll be able to get it. But meanwhile, you keep coming back to this video and admire it. And of course, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That encourages me, to make more videos like this. Please put your thoughts and comments in the comment section, because I really want to know what you think about this deck as well, what your thoughts are about the images and so on and so forth, right? Okay, so this was just part 1. Part 2 is about the Muse Tarot, so hang around and head on over to that video to watch the flip through of that deck and hear some more interesting tidbits about the Kickstarter and everything, this whole entire experience. See you there. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Please give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, where I post my card a day readings every day. You can also order a reading for yourself, or you can learn how to read tarot from me, of course. All of these links are in the description, so check that out. I will see you again in my next video. Until then, stay good, be good, and play with your cards. Bye now.